Good morning, dear students. I hope so you all are fit and happy. So, dear students, in this video, we are going to study another part of the chapter ecosystem. So, here we will study the topic that is interdependence between organisms. So, we will see that how plants, animals, and humans they show a fundamental dependence on each other. So let us see how animals are dependent on plants. So you know that the plants they prepare food by photosynthesis and they are releasing oxygen, and this oxygen is further utilized by humans and other animals as well. Other than this, animals also get shade and protection from trees and plants. So the plants they are playing a major role in providing oxygen, shelter, and in cleaning the atmosphere by utilizing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Similarly, if we observe the dependence of plants on animals, the plants they are getting the carbon dioxide from animals through respiration process by animals, and plants also depend on animal pollination and for seed dispersal. So both plants and animals they are interdependent on one another. So now let us see another topic, that is interspecific interaction. So my dear students, what is interspecific interaction? It means that when there is an interaction between two different species, so it is known as interspecific interaction. Now these interactions they are further of two types: beneficial or positive interaction or negative interaction. So positive or beneficial interaction includes symbiosis, commensalism and scavenging. However, negative or antagonistic interaction include predation, competition and parasitism. So let us start with parasitism. So what is parasitism? It is a negative interaction between two different species. And here you will observe two words, that is parasite and host. So basically in this interaction, the one organism, usually the smaller one, it lives on or within the larger animal, and the larger one is known as host and the smaller organism it is known as parasite. So you should always know that parasite it is benefited by the association, however the host it is always getting harmed or it will get no benefit at all. So there are two types of parasite. If the parasite it is living on the surface of the host body, then it will be known as ectoparasite. If it will be living inside the host body, then it will be referred to as endoparasite. Endo means inside and ecto means outside. So the most common example of parasitism is a louse on a human scalp which is receiving the nourishment from blood, and it further causes rash or irritation on the human scalp. So this is an example of parasitism. So next, if we study about symbiosis, it is a close mutualistic interaction between two organisms. Here the both organisms they are benefited. So for example, lichen, that is a mutualistic association between fungus and algae. Here the algae it is providing food to the fungal partner, and whereas the fungus it is providing protection, water and nutrients to the algae. So lichen it is a mutualistic association between fungus and algae. So next if we study the another interaction, that is predation. So predation it is a negative interaction in which one organism hunt and feed on the other organism. So the organism that capture and feed it is known as predator. As you can see here, the lion is the predator, and the organism which is killed and eaten it is known as prey. As you can see in the picture, deer is a prey. Now my dear student, let us learn about the non-living or abiotic components of ecosystem. So this It is further classified as inorganic substances such as minerals or gases. There are physical factors that are included in non-living component of ecosystems such as air, soil, water. Climatic factors such as sunlight, temperature, pressure, humidity, wind, these are the abiotic components further under climatic factors. Then there are edaphic factors such as soil texture, topography, that is what are the features of land surface. So these all are the abiotic or non-living components of ecosystem. So, the way in which plants and animals grow and carry out their different activities is a result of interaction with several abiotic components of environment. Now, my dear students, let us learn about the different ecosystem. So, ecosystem, they are divided into two types, that is terrestrial or aquatic ecosystem. So if we study the terrestrial ecosystem, terrestrial means land. So terrestrial ecosystem, also known as land ecosystem, it is further divided into three types, that is forest ecosystem, grassland ecosystem and desert ecosystem. Then another one is aquatic ecosystem. Aquatic means related to water. So this is further of two types, freshwater ecosystem such as pond, lake and river ecosystem, and marine ecosystem such as seawater and estuarine ecosystem, seashores. So these all are marine ecosystem. Now dear student, let us see how the forest it is acting as an ecosystem. So in a forest there are both biotic and abiotic components. The biotic components of a forest ecosystem are producers, that is plants, consumers that eat plants and other animals, and decomposers which are playing role in decomposition of dead plants and animals. So if we consider producer, a forest has annual plants, that is they have a lifespan of only 1 year. They are also known as herbs, biennials which has a lifespan of 2 years, and perennials that survive for several years. So dear students, now let us see the layers in forest. So there is forest floor. First of all, as you can see in this picture, forest floor it is nothing but the ground surface which has fallen leaves, fruits, seeds and other small herbs and fungi, and this forms forest floor. Then the next layer is understory. So the middle layer, which is formed of shrubs and tall grasses, it forms understory. Next, if we observe canopy, now canopy it is the topmost layer and it is formed of leaves of tall trees. So dear students, we have already discussed the consumers and decomposers in our previous video. So this is all for today. Take care everyone.